Hi everyone, it's Natalie from PYC Etobicoke and Joanne from PYC Leaside. And we're here to introduce you to July's pose of the month, which is Chaturanga! And because Chaturanga is the pose that you'll use most frequently in a power flow class, we've decided to break it up into 4 distinct parts. So you'll be getting 4 videos for each week in July, and in every video, we'll focus on one part of Chaturanga. Part 1, week 1, will be high plank. Joanne will begin by placing her hands shoulder width or wider on the floor. And every single one of Joanne's fingers will be spread super wide on the mat. And she'll press every single one of her knuckles down into the floor. If I move from Joanne's hands up through her arms, she'll create a micro bend in both her elbows, different from locking the elbow joint. And then Joanne will hug the muscles of her arm bones into the bone. From Joanne's hands, we'll move now to Joanne's feet, where she'll press the balls of her feet to the floor, and her heels will stack on top of the balls. However, if I place my hands at the back of Joanne's feet, she can press against me, nice and firm. The next key part is for Joanne to hug all her muscles into the midline of her body. Her outer shins will hug in. Her thigh muscles will draw in towards her front midline, and the muscles of her low belly will hug inward and upward. Take a rest, Joanne. What Joanne will show you now is what we typically see in Chaturanga and some things that you'll look out for over the course of the next week. Joanne will come back into high plank. Often what is observed is the hip bones will lift too high, so the bum will be in the air. This is an indication that your weight is through your shoulder girdle rather than you hugging in through your core. We also often see the opposite, where Joanne's hips will dip really low. You'll notice a curve in her low back, and it creates pressure on her lumbar. How does that feel, Joe?
No good.
No good.
No bueno.
Okay, come down again. So the 3 key points we want you guys to remember for this week in high plank are: micro bend both of your elbows, hug the muscles of your legs to the bone, and draw your low belly inward and up. The modification is to bring your knees to the floor. Another modification to focus on hugging the muscles in towards your midline are, you want to come back to high plank, to slide a block right up in between Joanne's thighs. And she'll squeeze it so much that no matter how hard I try, I cannot take that block out. Great work, Joanne. So practice your high planks and join us for week 2 of Chaturanga.